happy to be here with you, and thank you for joining us. And we are going to start off with a prayer of gratitude, because one of the main teachings that I've learned through the wisdom that you have shared and through my own experiences with nature and with Indigenous elders who have been some of your mentors and some of whom I've been fortunate to meet, and why we're here today to share some of those teachings from those two very integrally connected pathways, and reciprocity, sacred reciprocity, giving before you ask. So I set this up. So I started. So now I'm gonna ask you to do a prayer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of elders, most of the, if not all the elders that I've worked with over the years are now in the spirit world. So gratitude to the elders of all the different traditions from around the world. We remember you here, make a home for you here, and gratitude for the ancestor spirits of the land we live on and our own ancestor spirits. And thank you to you, Great Spirit, Great Mystery, for breathing life into our ancestors and angels of protection, carrying them through all the years. So all their challenges through hundreds of thousands of years to our turn. So thank you for the gift of life for us, the gifts of creation. Thank you for this day that you give us to live our intentions, the qualities of consciousness and being that we all want to have grow stronger in our lives. And this is the day we're given to do that. And so thank you for bringing us together here. And thank you for the opportunity to open our hearts and join our hearts and minds and spirits together and open the Nayarika doorway to bring through healing light and love, to polish up our stardust and send healing light and love out into the world that needs more healing light and love. May it be so. Oh.
Thank you. So the question that we are going to be listening to today is about hurrying. I've had two different things come up in recent conversations where a dear friend made a comment about how nature doesn't hurry. Unless there's fear, nature doesn't hurry. And then
how does nature hurry if there's fear? Help me understand that.
Well, like if, let's say, a deer feels there's a predator, right? They're gonna hurry.
Yeah, it's not going to go slowly to run away from the
right
mountain lion. Okay.
Yeah. And then I saw a really funny Instagram reel about this thing about how white people have stolen yoga and turned it into like a bloodbath, basically. And the comedian, I don't remember her name, I'm sorry, but she was like making fun of how we white people, we like hurry to get to our yoga class. And she said, if you're hurrying to get to yoga class, there's something wrong with that picture. And I admit guilt. I have definitely hurried to get to a yoga class on time before. But it just brought up the question of applying shamanic principles to finding a balance in a Eurocentric world that often wants us to hurry, and the power of being patient and being present and in the now. So if you could talk to us about that, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, it's not that this culture we're living in wants us to hurry. It conditions us to hurry, to work as fast as we can, to produce as much of what the company we're working for wants us to do, and increasing the load of work, and do it faster. So we're a speed trip culture, and I think that's one of many ways we're distracted from opening to the wisdom that's available to us in any given situation, reading the waves, energy waves of a situation, to figure out how to catch those waves and surf them, speaking metaphorically, literally, and use the power greater than yourself to go where you want to go, using that power of the wave. So we miss all of that information when we're going so fast, the way we're conditioned to do as robots, just keep going faster and faster. And the pressures and the rewards for going faster, the financial rewards. If you get more widgets produced in a shorter amount of time, we'll give you a raise. And if you don't, we'll shame you and maybe even dock your salary. So there's tremendous pressures in this culture to go faster, get more done, accomplish more. It's very much a doing culture. And indigenous cultures are more being. I just did a fire ceremony a couple of nights ago with a group of people, and after some ceremonial work to help us attune to the teachings of the fire and listen for what its teachings might be, we entered into the silence, and it was a difficult transition for people to sit in silence for a period of time and not do anything, just be. And just being without distractions is difficult for us to do in this culture. We have so many distractions. One of the things, so many dynamics that work in a vision quest, you take away all the distractions, the phones, the TV, the papers, the magazines, the roles of responsibility in which you have to go faster. I've got to get this done by the deadline at 5 or I'll get fired. And instead, you're confronted, you're faced with the workings of your own mind without distractions, and that's pretty threatening for a general statement for people in our culture to step out of doingness and open up to just drop into being and trusting divine timing. So, in a shamanic perspective, the understanding that indigenous wisdom, that Great Spirit's present in everyone and everything and everywhere all the time. It's not about trying to get somewhere or accomplish something. It's about opening up to what's happening right now and how to be in harmonious, respectful relationship with what's happening right now. So we can play a part in opening a doorway to bring through what's going to serve spirit and not our egos or the pressures to hurry, whatever those goals are about. If the house is on fire, your car's running, racing at you, and you're crossing the street, yes, there's times to be fast and move fast, but it's and to hurry as fast as you can. But the enrichment of life, you think about the only time we can ever experience whatever I want to experience, I can only experience it in the moment, this moment of being alive. There's no guarantee this breath leaves, there'll be another breath, or some weird thing happens, a piece of material that falls off an airplane out of the sky and drops through the roof of this building and lands on my head and just takes me out just like that. There's no guarantee. But we're alive right now. And so being present in body and grounded and feelings and sensations and gives us opportunity in this moment, all that we have to experience whatever we want to experience. And then we can reflect on, in terms of beingness state, well, what do I want to experience in being alive right now, the only time I have? I'm reminded of powerful teaching that came to me, God, how many years ago, when I was working with children with life-threatening illness. And there was a 14-year-old girl who I was working with who was close to dying, and I went out to visit her and a family at where she lived. This was in Marin County many years ago, 40 some odd years ago. And I'd worked with her before when she was in the children's group and knew her and the family, and we were close, and had been coming out to visit periodically when she wasn't able to come into where the Center for Attitudinal Healing was, the support group for children with life-threatening illness. And so I'd go visit her at home, and gradually, each time I was there, she was slipping away more and more. And this last visit was, she was kind of in a coma state and lying in the bed, and her father and I went in and just opened our hearts up to be in a place of feeling, in addition to the sadness of losing this beautiful young girl and so shortly in her life, but try to be in a channel for healing, light, and love, sending healing, light, and love, and peace into her. So the work she was doing to release and let go of the struggling body, she'd feel that support and love from us. And so I suggested that Dad and I hold hands, and we each put a hand on the girl's body. She was laying on the bed, and each breath that she would take, she was so emaciated from the cancer and all the treatments that just been going on for a number of years. the breaths were very, very small, very tiny, like a little bird's breath, just. And when a breath would come in and leave, there'd be a pause. And the dad and I, we didn't know if there'd be another breath. And we'd listen, and did her spirit just leave and we missed it? Or is there going to be another breath? And so we'd sit there just really being present in the moment. And then there'd be another little breath just coming into her little kind of shriveled up lungs. And then there'd be a little release of that breath. And then again, well, is that the last one? Will there be another breath? So this went on for maybe 45 minutes, and we were just in the silence the whole time with this, will there be another breath? And trying to be as peaceful as we could, and sending that love, support to her, strength to her for the work she was doing, the release work. Sometimes death comes easy and it's easy to release. Sometimes it's a labor, just like when the woman's bringing in life at birth. Sometimes it's hard work. She was working hard, so we were sending her our love and strength and support. And like I say, 45 minutes going on with this, what I came to realize, well, we're in meditation here. We're in a deep meditation on the breath, breathing in, feeling its impact, breathing out, letting go, and then waiting to see if there's another breath. And it came to me during this 45-minute meditation, all of a sudden, like I was hearing her voice say to me, you know, just like I don't know when this next breath leaves me whether I'll have another breath, the same thing is true for you. You don't really think about that. You're not sick, you don't have cancer, but it's true. None of us knows when this current breath that we're experiencing, bringing its life forth for us, when it leaves, whether there'll be another breath. So to be present, open, attentive, and of course we can only do that in the moment. And when we're hurrying, we're doing the opposite of that. And then when that breath comes in, when we are given another breath, hallelujah, here comes life again. And here comes energy for me to be able to decide what do I want to do with that energy. So it was a deep teaching for me about the truth of the preciousness of the breath, that we only get one breath at a time, and it only comes in one moment at a time. It's being present for the breath, to be able to make a conscious decision to give thanks. Thank you for this breath of life. And to make a conscious decision about how I want to use it, rather than let that life force fuel coming in with the breath activate the unconsciously conditioned reactivity programs that based on constriction of ego identity. But opening up, releasing, and letting go to be able to connect with awareness connection with Spirit's presence, with love's presence. Don't have to ask for Spirit, don't have to pray for it, don't have to pray for love. It's always present. If I'm not experiencing it, most likely it's because I'm hurrying. I'm not present in the moment. Life is to be lived, and the power and the juice and the creativity is lived and available in the moment. And impatience about that moment, in my reflections about it, explorations about my own impatience, I see that my ego is attached to wanting something different that's happening right now. So I want to push the situation and make it be different, so my ego is more comfortable, and it's getting what it desires in the timing that it wants it, which is right now. But what's going on, it makes me uncomfortable. It's triggering some of my reactivity. And so rather than work with that and see what that's about, I want to try to push or distract myself or hurry to get out of the moment. So then I miss the information, the potential for learning, for healing, and for waking up. And so hurrying, unless there's an emergency, like we said, is not being present in the moment, and takes me out of the opportunity I have to live more fully in the moment, and work consciously, co-creating with Spirit what I want to create, what I want to experience in the moment. So letting go with faith and trust. My latest book that's going to come out next spring, Psychedelic Shaman, Wisdom Warrior Path to Transformation. the editors and publishers changed the title around a little bit. I wanted that to come out a year and a half ago. That was my ego's timing and my impatience. And I had to do a whole lot of letting go to get to a place of peace, of accepting, opening up to deeper presence than my ego that knows better than me what's for greatest good. So if I wanted to have peace, I had to stop trying to hurry things, trying to push the publisher to get it out earlier. I had to surrender ego's attachment to divine timing. And I feel very peaceful now and trust and look forward to when it does come out next spring, knowing that'll be the timing that's in Spirit's wisdom knows it's for the greatest good then. Bigger vision than what my ego sees when it constricts it to just its identity of small selfness. So those are some thoughts, responses that come up with hurrying and patience.
Okay. Thank you.
And
So with my business mind and having grown up doing ballet, where if you were 30 seconds late or 10 seconds late to class, you were not allowed in, the door was shut. So I am definitely conditioned to be on time. I also think there's value to that because by being on time, you're showing respect to the other person that you're meeting. Yes?
I totally, excuse me for interrupting, I totally agree. When I say I want to, I hold it very important to when I say I'm going to meet somebody, I want to be there on time.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hurry. I want to plan ahead so I don't have to hurry.
Right.
Because then it's like the irony. I'm going to go to a yoga class to relax, but I'm freaking myself out, pushing with tension and cortisol running through my system.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's important to be on time because you made a commitment.
Right.
And it's important for your own integrity to follow through on your commitments and respect for the other person.
Yeah.
But think ahead, plan ahead, and always leave time for the coyote so you don't have to hurry.
Yeah. Okay, great. That's what I wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
So if you could, because this is the system that we live in now, we know that there's going to be moments in our future where maybe someone isn't on time to what you are on time for and the frustrations with that, or maybe something with coyote takes even longer and you're facing your own judgments of yourself being late, or you're just so conditioned that even if there's not something that's actually forcing you to be hurried, you just are going. So certainly I'm going to put some money on the fact that one of those would happen to me within the coming week, and I'm going to guess for many of you. So if you could lead us in a guided visualization about how to just reconnect with nature's wisdom that doesn't hurry, and trusting that, and some shamanic tools for being more patient.
Well, as I've said many times, everything starts with intention. So if my goal, my intention is to slow down and be present in my life instead of allowing myself to be pressured by the stimulus or the demands of this culture to hurry, push. If my intention is to slow down and be present in the moment so I can consciously co-create with spirit what I want to experience, start the day. Start the day with setting that as an intention, knowing you live in a system there's going to be a tremendous amount of stimulus to help you, to push you to hurry, both from the field as well as from internal conditioning, being brought up in this culture. So it's good to know, to face the fact that the kind of culture we live in and the pressures it gives us, and so the importance of practices in the morning. First thing when you get up, because that's like planting seeds in the garden. What vegetables and plants do you want to have grow in your garden? Well, you choose the seeds based on what you want, and then you water those seeds, you nurture them, and stay present to pull the weeds, fertilize, sing songs to the spirits of those plants. But you don't grow the garden. That's the larger powers that are doing that. So we have the gift of awareness and being alive. We have the gift of awareness. And with our awareness, like in that meditation, I just described, worked with a young girl who was crossing over. By the way, she did cross over peacefully, and shortly thereafter. With our awareness, we notice nature, spirit, life, the cosmos, creator. It doesn't give us two breaths at the same time. Because, oh, time is short, I'm going to give you two breaths here now. So hurry up, come on, let's get ready for two breaths. Just gives us one breath at a time. And you can use the image-making power of your mind, imagination, the image-making power of your mind to create an image, for instance, of sitting on the beach, sitting on the sand of a beach, looking out at the ocean and watching the waves come in from the horizon. And the waves don't hurry, they just have their own pace. Waves of the ocean flow with ease. Waves flow with ease. And so it is with each breath that comes in. It's like a wave, it is, not like, it is a wave of energy that comes in one at a time. So when you're practicing in the morning, take some time to just be aware of the rhythm of your own breathing. And you might notice when you get up, anxiety, fears, plans for the day might speed up your breathing. Just notice it. And then focus on your intention. I want to slow down with my awareness to catch each breath that comes in. Breathing in, breathing out. And from an indigenous wisdom shamanic perspective, as we're breathing in, also a great opportunity to give thanks. Thank you for this breath of life, because we didn't create the breath. We don't know how to create it. It's a gift from the Creator. Breathing in life force, thank you. Paying attention to where, like a traffic cop, directing the traffic, as that breath and life force comes in. Where do I want to send it? I want to send it down into my heart, opening my heart, softening my heart, trying to feel, literally feel, slow down enough, attune enough within to the beating of my heart in my chest. Feeling it, pump out the life force 24/7. More gratitude for this organ that works for us day and night all the time of our entire time of our life. Gratitude for the wisdom of our body. Gratitude for all the physical and physiological and energetic functions the deeper wisdom in the body is doing right now to maintain our health, to heal, to bring through a high level wellness, take us to higher levels of wellness. Breathing out, being present. It's the releasing of energy that literally is no longer needed. So as I scan my body, sense into my body, feel into my body as part of the waking up morning practice, let me feel and see if there's any places of constriction or cloggedness, or the pipes are stuck, and tightness, constriction, inflammation. Let me just kind of send the awareness light through my body, scan through. And if I find any of those places, I can breathe into them. And as if they're knots, that I'm untying the knots, I send in the healing flow of peace, serene power coming in with the breath, gentle power, flowing it down where it needs to go, untying those knots of tension, and breathing out, letting go, letting the breath, leaving the body carry away tension, tightness. Thought forms that create tension and constriction, feelings like judgments. Breathing out what needs to go, opening up more room and space inside for the next breath that comes in. So it's got room to come in there. And this is a way of starting your day with these kinds of practices. And you can do this even just for a couple of minutes. Breathing in consciously, breathing out to empower your intentions for the day about slowing down. I want to be as I go into this day and whatever the stimulus is. If the house is on fire, I got to jump out of the way of the car. Okay, good to be able to move fast, to hurry. But 99 times out of 100, I find in my own life, I don't need to hurry. I'm pushing myself. I catch myself pushing myself on somebody else's schedule, pressuring myself to go faster, faster, faster. It takes me out of the moment. That creates tension and obliterates my ability to experience what's always available to me in the moment if I use my mind as skillfully to connect with the inner peace and the joy that lives at the center of our being and the love that lives at the center of our being. So offer these practices to you in support of, with gratitude for your life and whatever comes up that pushes reactivity buttons to make you go faster. If your intention, your desire, your goal is not to be caught up and be victim to that, pull a plug on it. Notice it. Pull a plug on it. I have right now to receive this breath of life. I have right now to give thanks for this breath of life, to experience it. If I'm walking, slow down to enjoy being able to walk. It was a number of years ago, I had an injury for 6 weeks. I couldn't walk. I couldn't sit up. And so every day when I'm walking, I remind myself, be present and notice the experience of walking and how you can walk and what a gift that is. Really feel your body, your tendons, muscles, ligaments, your foot on the floor, on the ground, picking it up, putting it down. Be present with walking. Be present with the breath of life that gives you opportunity to choose consciously what you want to experience in this moment of being alive, if you're present to it. May we all be present to the sacred moment that we have for the gift of life. Oh,
Thank you.
right.
I'm definitely going to use that this week. Thank you. Thank you for the gift of your life out there in our community, Shamanic Sundays community. Thank you for your gift of life
And for your
for
gift
my
of
life.
life. Amen.
And may you all have a good week ahead. And thank you again for being here with us. And we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye con Dios.
Take care.
Oh.
Bye.